Hey guys, yep, back home from, well, I don't know, did I tell you guys I was going to Florida? Well, I was in Florida. I was down in Orlando for a few days, but I did a bunch of videos, so I've been posting, and I guess the last video you seen was me coming back from, or going to the Museum of the Airborne and Special Ops Museum, which was really cool. I know it may not be for some, you know, I guess most guys are interested in the motorcycle stuff, but I thought it was pretty cool. It was a nice destination, very cool, and you know, like I said, I'm a big fan of reading all anything I can get on World War II, the Airborne. I don't know if any of you guys have seen the Band of Brothers. Very cool miniseries. I'd say it was one of the best military as far as authenticity, weapons and stuff, and I'd say maybe I'd give it a 7.5 out of 10, because there's a bunch of little Hollywood stuff in there that I didn't like, but I don't want to get on that. I'm just I'm going kind of all over the place as always, but yeah. So hope you enjoyed that. So now what I'm doing today is let's see, it's Monday, and it's really nice as always. I know it's a broken record. I'm always saying it's nice, but it is, and I figured, what the hell, let me take a ride to Cycle Gear. I didn't realize there was, and if some of you guys are not familiar with Cycle Gear, Revzilla, it's the same company. I mean, you can buy a lot of stuff. I think I bought my, I'm almost positive I bought my riding shirt from Revzilla. It's from Revit, and that's the company. But the Cycle Gear is the same thing. So I didn't realize they were so close, and they're only about, I don't know, 25 miles away. And I'm going to go and look, I don't know, I think it's time for some new gloves and maybe some boots instead of my sneakers when it starts to get a little bit colder. I think maybe I want to put some, not high top boots, like, you know, just low boots or something like that. But, yeah, so that's where I'm headed. I'm headed to Cycle Gear. And, you know, see if I can buy something. I feel like spending money, and you know, before the money runs out, because I know the economy is going to go to shit soon, if it hasn't already. So I just want to buy something. Anyway, so what am I going to talk about? What's popped into my head today? Well, what's popped into my head today is because of the ride. It's basically because of the museum, and it's bike talk. It's not, you know, it's not World War II or military talk. It's bike talk. What popped into my head was, you know, when I went down there, I rode down there. It's about an hour ride, or an hour and a half, and you know, and I'm talking about. And let me clarify that. Throw that. Ignore just what I just said. Forget it. I'm riding an hour and a half on the bike. It's extremely comfortable, and stop at the museum. Walk inside for about an hour and a half, 2 hours, you know, and the work gets tiring, you know, just standing around, and, you know, you need a break from the bike, but you just like, you know, okay, enough of the museum, time to move on, just standing and looking. And so I get back on the bike, and I said, wow. Or in fact, it's not that I get back on the bike, I do get back on the bike, but it's, man, am I confused today? I'm so confused. Is that I was looking forward to getting back on the bike, because I know how comfortable it's going to be. And the ride home was so comfy after standing around looking at the museum. It was all cool and that, and I just couldn't wait to get back on the bike, because I knew it was going to be a comfortable ride home. So the question I have, or what pops in my head, is how important is it to have a bike that's comfortable after your destination? After you've went someplace, you've ridden for a couple hours, you go to that place, you do what you got to do at that place, then you got to hop on your bike, you're worn out for the day. Do you want to get back on that V4 Panigale or let me let this guy go before. Yeah. You want to get back on that sport bike, or do you want to get back on that middleweight off-road bike that's really not great for the highway, but it's okay, say like a KLR, or maybe that's being extreme, a 650 there, but how about a, you know, any of the middleweight adventure bikes, or a naked bike that's, you know, no wind protection, and maybe it's a little bit stiffer in suspension than you want for comfort, but you deal with it because it's so much fun. So to me, that's why I love this bike so much. And I'm saying that the KTM and the Multistrada could probably do the same thing, even though the KTM, the first thing I hear people saying with the KTM is they love the bike, but the seat's got to go. And I've heard people complain about the GS seat, but I've never had an issue with it. It is the best seat that I've ever sat on. All the bikes I've ridden, those 20 bikes, I found there was another one. It's a 21, but it just there was one more, folks, but I forget which one it is. I'll remember it hopefully by the end of the video. But this it's so comfortable. It's plush, but the foam doesn't collapse on itself, and you're sitting on the pan. It's really, I tell you, they did a great job. I love this seat. You know, I did try. I was at a dealership and I did try. They had a comfort seat, they called it, and so I said, let me just do it. And the comfort seat was no more comfortable than what this seat was. So thank God the guy let me just clip it on and take it off, and then I just, you know, I said no thanks. So yeah, so is it me? Is just because I'm so biased towards this bike, or is it pretty cool to go on that trip, to do something, even if you're doing it something for an hour and you're running around, you're going to the store, you're doing the errands? Do you really look forward to get back on the bike because it's comfortable, or you just, you know what, it's a sporty bike, it's fast, it's fun, it does all I want? Yeah, it's a little bit not the most wind protection and not the most smooth riding or anything like that, but I like it anyway, and you just deal with it. That's what I'm afraid of. You know, that's why I don't want to have another. I always have the GS, as I do a one-hand turn. I'll always have the GS, but I want something else for just a short trip, just to hooligan around. But I'll always have the GS because it does everything. So, because I can be a hooligan, I can go on my long trip, and not that I've been on long trips, but I can go a couple hours, look at a museum, like I did that with when I went to see the battleship in North Carolina, yeah, it was. I mean, I just couldn't wait to get back on the bike because I said, wow, this is just going to be such a comfortable ride home, and it's going to be sporty. I want to be sporty. So yeah, so that's as I have this dull ride, I couldn't go flying through that turn because I'm stuck behind all this traffic, and it's only 10:30 in the morning, and we shouldn't have all this traffic, but we do. And yeah, so tell me, tell me what you guys think. Let's see if we can, hopefully, oh good, yeah, we're moving. Come on, move, so I don't have to put my feet down. 4 minutes slower, do I go straight? You know what, I'm going to go 4 minutes slower because I don't want to deal with this. I want to turn, because this is Buffalo, yeah. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, so this is going to be a little bit slower, but I don't care. I don't want the traffic. You know, maybe the road will be a little bit different. Anyway, yeah, so I'm sold on this bike for that reason. And to me, it's just another reason, another reason why it makes the bike so perfect. So, and if I want to be, like I said, I want to be a hooligan, I can be a hooligan. And like right now, see, it'll just pop the front wheel up. And that's a hooligan. It's just so cool. And, but yet I'm comfortable. How do you go wrong? How do they call this bike? Why do some people have such a disdain for this motorcycle? Maybe the way it looks. It's an old man's bike. I know we've been through this 100 times and everything like that, but I just don't get it. And some guy, yeah, it's just so dull and boring. There's no excitement. Are you nuts? There's no excitement in this bike? Anyway, so that's my shtick today, my thing that popped in my head. I get on the bike, I said, you know, I'm going to turn the camera on, but I don't know what I'm going to talk about. And then as I sat on the bike, I said, wow, I'm going to be on a nice, comfortable ride. It's only about 30, you know, it's only going to be like, you know, a half hour or 45 minutes each way. And I'm just going to have a blast. And if I want to get crazy, I can get crazy. If I just want to chill and just look at everything, I can do that. And I think it'd be a great topic. So you guys let me know what you think. And if I'm going to remember that other bike, and I'm going to come back and just throw that in here. All right, guys, we're at Cycle Gear here, and in Raleigh or south of Raleigh, and yeah, I got some gloves. I like the brownish kind of look. It's time for new gloves. They fit real nice. They need a little bit of break-in, but they're nice. Goes with my ensemble, and I bought some kind of boots. They're not, off-road boots or anything like that, but I wanted something a little bit sturdier than the sneakers that I wear in the summer. That are, they're riding shoes, but they got a little protection, but not as much as these would have. And I talked to the gentleman. He says they're pretty popular for not sport bike riders, but guys who ride nakeds and stuff like that. So, yeah. So we got some boots, we got some gloves, and we're on our way home. But I did remember, so I'm kind of cutting this video, and I did say goodbye. I'm going to say goodbye later, but I'm cutting this in before I say goodbye, even though it's afterwards, if that's too confusing for you, whatever. It's confusing to me. That other bike that I rode was the FXDR 114 Harley Davidson my buddy had. I thought it was one of the coolest bikes that Harley made, but it just didn't have the power. The 114, I didn't think it had the power it should. That bike should have 150 horsepower, 150 pounds of torque. That's how good looking I think that bike is. But it just didn't have the power. And the seating position was absolutely atrocious unless you're like 6'6", because you're in a seat position like this. Your feet are forward and your hands are forward, because it has it doesn't have the bars, don't come back with you. So they should have made you could put mid pegs with the sporty bars, and then the bars that come back a little bit more with the forward facing pegs. So I think they really kind of screwed up the whole deal on that bike, but I just love the design though. I think the bike is super cool. But yeah, I rode that, so it was okay. It was nothing, it was okay. I can't say it was, the seating position was just so weird. But I love the way it looks. All right, guys, so we're going to jump back on, riding, and then I'm going to be saying goodbye, blah, 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 but you'll understand when I put all this video together. All right, guys. Now I broke my train of thought. Oh, no, I guess that's it, guys. I just wanted to see what you guys think about as I try to ride and talk at the same time. And yeah, so it's a comfy bike. It does everything. Ooh, now we can roll. Nice. To do that. So there you go. This bike does it all. It's fun. It's hard to tell to show that these, or say that these adventure bikes are why are they growing so fast as far as selling and everything like that. It's because they can do so many things. Yeah, I mean, they might not have the look of a sport bike, even though that Ducati Pikes Peak, I think, is just a sharp looking bike. But I think they do it all, and I'll always have, like I said, guys, I've said this before, I'm always going to have a bike like this, whether it's going to be a GS or a KTM or a Ducati. I see myself staying with the GS for a long time, but who knows? And the other bikes will just be for fun. So, but it's just a comfy sport bike. It doesn't get any better riding a bike like this, when you know you can jump in the bike and it'll do everything you want for the day. You don't have to have a specialty bike. So, all right, guys, that's my topic for today. And you guys let me know what you think. I know I've been all over the place, and I'm a little whacked today. I'm a little wired today. I just want to go out and ride, and I'm just talking like a mile a minute. But I'm feeling good. It's a good day. I'm riding, and I'll have another video out soon, I know. Later, guys.